And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, I do apologize for the extended break, but I hope you enjoyed the brutal OC nonetheless. As we have returned, we have returned here with our next series, with our semi-finals here of the KungFu Cup number 9, StarCraft Evolution Edition. I should also emphasize StarCraft Evolution Edition because there's also the Warcraft 3 version of this tournament as well, which we haven't actually covered in quite some time. Unfortunately, currently they're waiting for a patch to be implemented for Warcraft 3. I say that like they have the patch lined up, but currently there is an issue with the arcade where map makers and arcade makers, they can't actually update their mods at the moment, but I'm sure they'll be able to momentarily. Once they do, bam, we can start getting back into Warcraft 3 Evolution as well. For now, enjoying StarCraft Evolution, as we have our next series, a best of 3 between Dark and YoungYakov. Let's go. As we are jumping into game number 1, I did see someone in the chat asking about Dark and whether he plays Zerg or plays random. If you haven't been watching StarCraft Evolution, you may not know this, but Dark, he does compete as random. He does compete as random in StarCraft Evolution specifically, but specifically when he plays Brood War. Like, you can kind of pick if you want to play random or not when it comes to, sorry, I should say, you can pick different races for, and lock in different races for Brood War and different races for SE2. So for SE2, Dark plays Zerg. For Brood War, he plays random. And he actually has really good Protoss and Terran, like scary good. I think we casted Dark versus, I think it was Dark versus Kiwian, or maybe Dark versus Barathok, where Dark was flexing his Protoss, his Brutal Protoss, and it was terrifying. And his Brutal Terran as well. So he does compete as random when it comes to Brood War. But here we go, we have a game number 1. We're going to be jumping into Bloody Ridge for the first game of the semis. Let's go. Let us go. We are going to be loading in. Oh, speaking of, here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Brood War random player, and he has landed on Terran, the South Korean player. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the StarCraft 2 Zerg player, the Red Zerg. It is YoungYakov. Here we go. So we do have a ZVT ahead of us now. Bear this in mind, YoungYakov does not know the race of Dark. He doesn't know whether Dark did roll and land on Terran, Zerg, or Protoss. So it's going to be on YoungYakov to determine that initially as well. But welcome on all to Bloody Ridge. We have been featuring a lot of 4-player spawn maps, but Bloody Ridge is a 2-player spawn map. So there's no guessing, like there's no corner location spawns or anything like that. But Bloody Ridge has its own quirks. Personally, it's a wild map. Specifically, the natural base is relatively secure. The main base is huge. You can see this massive area here that is very prone to drop play in the main, so you have to be wary, you have to be cognizant of this. Likewise, we have the natural base, which is a little bit more secure. You know, there's a trade point coming into it. I say a little bit more secure. What's brutal about this natural? The high ground. There's high ground right next to the natural as well, so we have seen players set up tanks, like set up siege tanks here on the high ground and push in with a bio army, for example, and take advantage of this location. On top of that, look at how isolated the third base is. We saw this actually a little bit on Fighting Spirit, specifically the fact that the third base is so much more isolated. The entrance to the third is over here on the left hand side, but there's this entire area in between the bases that you can abuse. Like, it's a very isolated, very kind of segmented off third expansion. And don't even think about the fourth base. The fourth is here over on the right. You have to go all the way out and around over here towards the right hand side, or go to the top left hand corner of the map for a fourth base, or the center of the map, which we have never seen taken, by the way. So expanding on Bloody Ridge is difficult, to say the least. Like, holding on to a 3-base and a 4-base setup, it's a hard thing to accomplish on this map. We'll see if we can get that long. We'll see if we can get there. For now, 3x Stim. This is a build that has been permeating throughout the region, throughout the scene, I should say, of StarCraft Evolution. Very popular, very trendy, very powerful, very difficult to defend. So this is going to be a 3x Stim timing. If you remember, I was alluding to this during the Euthermal series on Sylphid. I thought the Euthermal was doing this when we saw the 2 Raxes, but Euthermal, he went for a 2-1 variation with only 2 Raxes into Stim. Here, this is more standard, this is more meta, going for a 3 Rax Stim timing instead. Now this will hit a little bit later, but it hits harder. It hits with Mass Marine, Medics, and Fire Bats as well. And we've seen many a Zerg player crumble to this. Many a Zerg player. As Yakov is going to be shut down. He does at least scout, he does get eyes on the saturation, is aware of the marine production, has some information to work with, and I'm sure YoungYakov has played against this in the past as well. I'm sure he has. Agent. Not so YoungYakov. Smurge. He's like 20 years old, okay? He's like 21. So he's in his early 20s. He's okay. He still has that hope in his eyes. You know, he still has that joy. It has not been stripped away yet. I want to believe. And just saying, he's 21 years old. 21. Which also shows us how young he was when he first debuted as well, which is crazy. Yakov. Meanwhile, he's aware. He does see the Mass Marine. He is supply block. Ooh, brutal supply block, and he's going for a Roach defense. We have 2 Spine Coolers, Roach Horn on the way as well. Is setting up for that defense. It's inevitable that he'll become jaded, Yakov. I want to believe. I want to believe. He can make it, baby. He can make it. You know who was already jaded? Eba, he's gone, baby. He's Eba at this point, with all the smoging that he's done about Protoss, he is ancient Eba now. Good. As Marines, they do stim in, they almost focus out the Roach Warren. The Warren is getting low, the Spine Claws do move out. So far the Queens, they hold their own. Oh, we missed the transfuse. Yeah, initial transfuse. 1, 2 Queens do fall, the Marines, they stim in. They stim on in, they take down every single Queen. They don't quite break the expansion. Again, the Spines and the Roaches, they do hold on. But Dark, he has traded well for himself. And behind this is expanding. Behind this is getting a 3rd CC. 3rd CC's on the way. And Dark just looking down the Roaches. From here, he's going to trade. It does take down 1, 2, 3 Roaches. 3 more Roaches go down, but I believe YoungYakov should clean this up. Eba got old even before being an adult. Yes. No. He was like 11 years old, but he's gone through like 50 years of smurge playing ZVP. No. Eba. Scan into the main does get eyes on the attempted 2 base muta. So 2 base muta here out of YoungYakov, rushing into lair, rushing into all the gases. But the scan sees everything. Dark is aware. Dark is aware. Still youngish Yakov. It's young adults Yakov. Ay. Do you have the rescan? Again, Dark just confirming that the Spire does complete. No cancel. No cancellation on the Spire. Dark, ooh, being baited out. It's gonna be baited out. Has to pull away. Behind the 7 mutas in production, Dark will attempt to expand and claim the 3rd. Emphasis on attempt. We'll see if we can hold on. We'll see if he can preserve the expansion. Does scan across the map. Does scan, does confirm. And Dark, to help deal with this, they're just focusing down and throwing down his turrets. We have a Radiate on the way as well. So building up to a Radiate, throwing down those turrets, securing his bases. Yakov looking for a way in. I think this might be before one of the last rounds of nerfs too. Yes. I believe this is before the medevac nerf. Sorry, medic nerf. Where the medic was... I think they reduced its HP for the medic, and I think they increased its aggro. Or its attack prioritization. So another word for aggro. As from here, we do see Dark, getting caught in half. Not bad. Marines are going to be going down. Still trading against the mutas. 1, 2 mutas do fall. But decent cleanup here from YoungYakov. He does deny the third, containing Dark on 2 bases. Is going to be contained. Likewise, Dark mass scanning, trying to figure out, and yes, we are still on 3 bases. Yakov still only on 3. As we do irradiate. Oh my god. Yeah, oh no, the brutal irradiate here on the mutas, and every single muta goes down. The irradiate is brutal. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, no splits there. No spread from Yakov. Yo, you thought Parabomb was brutal? No. You ain't seen nothing yet. Irradiate just chewed through those mutas. And with that, we're stuck on Roach Ravager. No more mutas. Terran's out there thinking like, why did we de-evolve? Why do we no longer have a radiate anymore? True. Oh no. Deemed unsafe. Speaking of, hunts down the Infestor as well. Does hunt it down. Lands the irradiate. And I believe that will kill the Infestor, right? Yeah, does kill. Does have enough DPS to kill an Infestor. Likewise, extra damage here on the Ravagers. The vessels just bully the roaches away, Pappy. Yeah, they can't do anything. Behind this, we do have some more Infestors on the way. Again, just going to be massive Roach Ravager Infestor. Another Radiate. Oh. Now, this is something that we've seen a lot of, is that you kill your own units. Oh. As Marines, they do stim in. Now, just to go over the mechanic a little bit here, is that a Radiate does expire when the unit dies, unlike Parabomb. If you compare one spell to the other, Parasitic Bomb persists even after the unit dies. It persists in the air. Here, a Radiate doesn't. So you just saw YoungYakov kill his own Roach, kill his own Ravager to stop the damage. So that is a common tactic here when you're up against a Radiate, is to just kill your own units. So far, Dark, he is securing himself. He's got a line of tanks behind this. Mass Marine. Okay. So far, once again, just mass scanning. We do see that YoungYakov is switching into Corruptor, so he will have some anti-air to deal with these. Oh, jeez, there's so many vessels to deal with the vessels. Making 2 vessels at a time. There are going to be so many irradiates. Yeah, speaking of Corruptors, they reveal themselves. Marines, they rotate. 1 vessel does not go down. Oh my god. Yeah, the irradiates are brutal. We're soon about to irradiate everything, by the way. Oh my god, just going for the Eraser. It does go in. They cannot be killed. Yeah, they can't be. Oh, good. Biles do connect. Nice biles out of YoungYakov. But again, you can irradiate your own units to come in, just kill as much damage as possible. Oh my god, he's crazy. And it's going to kill everything. Yeah, the entire Roach army is just going to crumble here. Oh my god, GG gets called. And with that, Dark, he will take game number 1 in style. GG. Whew. Oh my god. GG, well played. I should have emphasized this as well. Fun fact, and I should also change Dark's role here to random. But irradiate only damages biological units, does not damage mechanical units, so you can irradiate something like a dropship or your own vessel. You can irradiate your own vessel, move in, and just deal all this splash damage around said unit. It was one of those things where YoungYakov, he was starting to do a great job at killing his own units that were being irradiated to deny that, and then once Dark realized, he's like, okay, I'll just irradiate myself. You can't stop this, and he couldn't stop it. So I was able to just erase her all over the army, all over the Roach Ravager, and with that, GG will play. Dark does overwhelm. Dark takes the lead in the series. Let's go. Let's go. I'm horrified by the beauty. What's interesting to me is, I guess because we rarely get to see kind of like the mid-game ZVT in StarCraft Evolution, but I think that's the first time I've seen the Eraser in StarCraft Evolution. Like, I don't think I've seen like Bjorn or Spirit do it. Spirit plays mech, so he would never get into that many science vessels to begin with. But Bjorn hasn't either, but that's also because Bjorn often ends the game early. Like Bjorn, he often like ends the game really early on with stim pushes and stim timings. But seeing that kind of dynamic, it's more of a rarity in StarCraft Evolution, at least from my experience. It's pretty rare, yeah. Like the games typically just end sooner, so like you don't get to that kind of game state. But GG, or like mech, right? But GG, well played with that. Dark does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if YoungYakov can fight back. Let's go. We'll see if we can force the ace match, bring it all the way to game 3. Personally, that's what I want out of this, but let's go. Let's find out. As game 2 is going to be on Fighting Spirit. Here we go, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Fighting Spirit, we have the Teal Zerg player. We have the Brood War Zerg. Down in the series, we'll see if he bounce back and force the ace match. It is YoungYakov. And spawning into the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Red Zerg player with the Red Zerg, the SE2 Zerg. It is, leading the series 1-0, it is Dark. Now, as a reminder, Dark, he only plays random when playing Brood War. Here, because he's playing SE2, he did pick Zerg. So there's no ambiguity as to what YoungYakov is up to. He knows that Dark did intentionally pick Zerg here. But again, I feel like game 1 showed us that, again, like Dark, he definitely has the prowess to compete and to compare and to pop off as Brood War Terran. That was crazy. Like, Dark, he was having fun towards the end with the science vessels. He was having fun. It's like, man, this is crazy. This is cracked. Why don't Terrans just go mass science vessel more often? Oh, no. True. As we see YoungYakov, hello. All right, scouting. 4-player small map. So 4-player small map here on Fighting Spirit. So you can spawn in top right, bottom left, or bottom right as well. So we can see YoungYakov, he does scout towards the top side and towards the south side, and doesn't quite find Dark yet, but now is aware, right? Now he knows where Dark should be. Yo, are we going for a ninja base? We are! Oh my god. Going for a 3-hatch setup here. So it's going to be a hatch gas pull into a 3rd hatchery. Very greedy build here by YoungYakov, and very cheeky on a 4-player spawn map. Okay, I was curious why the drone was moving out, because you don't, like, drone scouting is a rare thing here in StarCraft in general. So now it makes sense going for the ninja base. Going for the ninja expansion. So very greedy build here by Yakov. And we'll see if we can get away with it. As behind this, Dark just going for his own standard opener, getting into link speed, and now going for a much earlier Baliness as he does not pull out a gas. Ooh, doesn't pull out. He's going for a bust. Yeah, he's going for a Bane Bust instead. Hyper aggression at Dark. Dark, at this point, he should have a 3rd. There is no 3rd base, just a Baliness instead. And we do see YoungYakov, he's playing safe. Remember, no queens to defend, so we do have some sunken colonies on the way. So he does set up the colony. More gases are being taken. Jesus, that's a very high gas count early on. Rushing into the lair. He's going into mutas. Yeah, lair this early on screams muta play at Dark. He will see everything. He confirms the gases. He confirms the lair timing. Such greed here, going for the ninja base and going 2-base muta. Ay, or at least 2-base lair. We're assuming it's muta play. Here, we need a wall. We need to wall off. There we go. Let's go for the macro hatchery. Meanwhile, Dark, he's moving out. He's getting ready for the Banelings. There we go. 6 Banelings on the way. And I believe this should be a full wall. Like, this should be a complete wall here for Yakov. Lings are flooding. Again, Dark is all in. He did not drone. He cut works at 23. And again, Yakov, he's still droning. He's still just making drones. This is the army. 2 Zerglings, and 1 colony. And Bailings, they will crash through. Oh, actually, never mind. He's saving the Bailings, going for the hatchery instead. Okay. There we go. That's a kill. That's a kill, not a cancel. Now down goes the colony, and there's nothing here. There's nothing left. There's 0 army units. Only drones. Lings. They do flood in towards the main. The boys are being... No! Oh my god. Okay, the Bailing does miss. Bailing does miss. Regardless, still damage is being done. That 1 Bailing waddling in. Ooh, and a brutal connection. And another Bailing! Oh no! Another Bailing pops off. Not quite. Still being kept alive. Behind this, Lings overrun. They overwhelm the natural. Bailing on the Zerglings. And GG gets called. Dark, he will overwhelm. He will cheese Yakov out here in game 2 and take the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Dark playing straight up in game 1 while playing Terran, but here in game 2, just doubling down, going for the Bane bust here, will claim the series. GG, well played. Again, YoungYakov was also being so greedy. Remember, what was the army for YoungYakov? 2 Zerglings. he had 2 Zerglings to defend, and on top of that, I think he even skipped link speed because he was going into, remember, he was rushing into 2 base lair, right? I say 2 base lair, technically 3 base lair because of the ninja base as well. Like, he was so greedy. A big gamble there for YoungYakov, and he was punished. He was punished for the greed, punished for cutting all those corners. And with that, congratulations, Dark. He will claim the series. He will advance on into the finals. Let's go. He will advance on into the grand finals, where he's going to be facing off in a best of 5 against his next opponent. And we're here to step into that. Let's go. I'm here to jump in.